the same old rhetoric, you know what I'm saying? Talking about she's a Secretary of State. She's one like a Secretary of assholes, if you ask me. And I would not be paying attention to anything that lady truly has to say about government because, you know what I'm saying, if you only know the amount of things that she has done in itself, you know what I'm saying, you would be shocked. You know what I'm saying? But we see Trump threatens lawsuit over using his own words to discourage mail-in voting. What great trickery of reverse psychology. Here we go. A prime example of what I was speaking about. The digital ad from the Demon Democratic Alliance Super PAC used old clips of Trump, who is now pushing his support to vote by mail-in ballots. Right. When the Demon Democrats is using that, you know what I'm saying, mail-in ballots, you know what I'm saying, with the mail-in ballots, supporters to vote by mail-in ballots, you know what I'm saying, for the 2024. What's wrong with that? I really don't know. And why would the Demon Democrats use his own words when we know full well that you have set him up by cheating through mail-in ballots to begin with in the first place? And when he spoke out about it, you now recording it and now using it against him. Same thing you did with Stormy Daniels. I wonder what else can we find other than that on the Democratic side of your hands on children. But we see Donald Trump campaign vows legal action and said it would seek a criminal investigation into the super PAC that ran a misleading digital ad in Pennsylvania featuring a clip of the president, you know what I'm saying, discouraging the president, you know what I'm saying, damn right, Donald J. Trump, baby. You know what I'm saying, talking about the former president, yeah, the former your ass, the president, you know, discouraging Republicans from voting by mail-in ballots after having condemned mail voting for 4 years. Yeah, because he knew that you were cheating through there for years. Trump is now, you know, embracing it and encouraging his voters to take advantage of the practice in the presidential election. What's wrong with that? We're still asking. And why are you using his words after you were discovered and even the allegations of the fact of you using cheating mail-in ballots? And when we examine many of those ballots, they come to find out that they were open and many things like that. And it seems like that's a form of Xerox copying and putting in ballots that were not legitimate ballots. And also was accused by Nancy Pelosi and Hillary Clinton of ballot box tampering, which we knew by all means, and probably still doing it today, but we knew by all means that that would not have been proven in the court of law, because we know very well in all ways that even when it came to the insurrectionists, since you like to use that word, when we look at all the evidence based on what took place at the Capitol riots, did not speak for anything to do with Donald Trump's involvement, based on telling his people to run up in there and ransack and murder and kill and take over government. This is something was done by Nancy Pelosi, you know what I'm saying, Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, and all the rest of the oligarch, deep state, Antifa, Evoke, and many other groups involved all the way down to Black Lives Motherfucking Matter. Bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Black Lives, it's the PLM. You know what I'm saying? People Lives Matter, punk. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, this was all a part of their plan. You see, even when we look at what took place in many schools, Sandy Hook, many different schools, something there seems wrong as well. And then when we look at even the voting process and what took place during 2020 voting process, that also looks wrong. Then we also look at what took place in Ukraine with Zelensky and these so-called his son doing energy deals over there in Ukraine and over there in Russia and all of that. You see, we see something wrong with that, that he's taking care of our foreign affairs, and then many things were found on the laptops of these clowns. Also, many have been accused of pedophilia and rape of little children right in our face on camera, and many other things. We also see Barack, the nutcase, bull-headed fucking jackass LGBTQ clown, you know what I'm saying, also seemed to have a controversy as what took place in his little mansion. And then when we go on and on and on and on, and you're still telling me, even when we go through all the 47 years of presidency that we have seen come across, you know what I'm saying? Many have called themselves Republicans, but they were really demon Democrats in Republican clothes, you see. So we know for where the sheep is full of shit. But we see mega patriots, you know, listen to our president. The ad from Pennsylvania, Valpak being begins before it sliced together soundbite of Trump condemning mail-in votes. Mail-in votes, totally corrupt. Get that through your head, Trump said in one of such clips, which sounds very stupid to me, because this is what you're using. If the soundbite took place, or whatever you're saying, if it's true in all ways, because it's alleged that he said this different stuff, you know what I'm saying, and so on, you know what I'm saying, it didn't take place in this year's election coming up. The 30-second ad ends with the on-screen text, you know, stand strong with the President Donald J. Trump to be against mail-in vote, because he knew that you were cheating. Why would he go against it then, and then why would he embrace it now? You see what I'm saying? So encouraging mail-in ballots now would be the appropriate thing to do, because what took place in the 2020 election and the primaries and all the mail-in ballots and the scheming and the lying and the shit, just like the pandemic, you know what I'm saying, you did. And we know for a fact you did. Even all the way up to the Electoral College. That's another one. You see what I'm saying? So we know for well that what we see going on here is just a fact of you using his words of something that happened, you know, almost damn near 4 years ago, saying that he was against them and ballots, even during the election and so on and so on and so on. You know what I'm saying? So you're trying to use that against him, but it has nothing to do with this election that's coming up. So if the people wants to mail in ballot, and make sure that your mail-in ballot is properly secured. That means following up your mail-in ballots to make sure that your ballot is counted in all ways. You know what I'm saying? But we see here where, you know what I'm saying, the digital ad ran over the weekend, according to Google data. Trump campaign sent the group a cease and desist letter Tuesday afternoon. And in the letter, they put in there, excuse me, people, gotta get a sip, wet the throat. Got a wet throat, you know what I'm saying? But let's move on. And it says, in this letter, we are aware of your advertisement falsely claiming that the President Donald J. Trump has asked Pennsylvania voters not to vote by mail-in ballots. The advertisement may constitute both a criminal and civil conspiracy in let's read that again. It may constitute both a criminal and civil conspiracy to injure the right of the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, supporters to cast their ballots in Pennsylvania. Cease and desist broadcasting or otherwise disturbing via the internet or elsewhere this false advertisement immediately, and preserve all relevant documents in anticipation of likely litigations. There are likely litigations. The Trump campaign said in a letter to the group publicly listed treasurer. I'm not gonna write this off. Treasurer, you know what I'm saying? In our ways. So we see where we're catching a whole lot of schematical swift garbage that's coming down in itself. You know what I'm saying? In itself. So we see the slickness is already on and strong. But the people can't fall for really that bullshit in no shape or form, because it doesn't, you know what I'm saying? But it says in the letter that Trump campaign argued the group was violating the Ku Klux Klan Act legislation in act to protect Americans from political intimidation. Well, that act, even though they call it the Ku Klux Klan Act, because the Ku Klux Klan was intimidating, hanging, and murdering black people. That's why they called it. It wasn't an act that they invented from the Ku Klux Klan that was good for anyone. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't really invented. It was just called that due to the fact of when the case or whatever was going on, you know what I'm saying, in the matter, they dubbed it that name because that what it's called, the act against Ku Klux Klan, really. But it an act to protect. It really was an act to protect, Americans from the political intimidation of the Ku Klux Klan in itself and any other groups such as it in ingrown terrorists. You know what I'm saying? That law has also been cited in litigation against Trump and his allies over January 6th, 2021 Capitol Hill fake ass done by the demon Democrats in order to bring that to this. You see the trick? You see the trick? Now, if you don't see that trick, then what part is you truly missing? You see what I'm saying? This is why they brought that case onto him in the first place, because they know by using and corrupting and pushing the Capitol Hill riots, they would be able to come up with this, against Trump and his allies over January 6, 2021 Capitol Hill riot and calling it an insurrection. You see what I'm saying? So now they have put into the minds of the people and continuously running that word and that whole scheme as if it was legitimately true on Trump's side. You see what I'm saying? Is what we must look at. Is what we must look at. You know what I'm saying? Because this is how you use reverse psychology of something you say happened and that it's true when it was orchestrated to happen, so you can say that it is true and use it as that. But in order to do that, you would have to have boots on the ground within the mix, with a big bag of twigs, and so on and so on. You see what I'm saying? So this is basically what took place in this matter. But the Pennsylvania bound pack, spent between 10,000, listen to this, and 15,000 to show more than 800,000 Pennsylvania voters the ad. According to the Google data, the ad has since been removed from the platform, with Google citing the policy violation. Oh yeah, you need to, because you do it to everyone else. I don't see what the deal is. Don't you do that to everyone else? You know what I'm saying? According to Google data, it is the pack first Google ad in nearly 6 years. During the 2018 cycle, it ran a series of ads attacking the Republican Lou Barletta, Barletta, you know what I'm saying, a Republican who ran for the Senate in 2018 against a demon Democratic called Bob Casey. So we see what's going on here. Please, yes. Don't you see it, people? New York State has banned, you know what I'm saying, people from taking back bottles. And from what we're understanding, I'm gonna speak quickly on this, is that they're saying in this, it is illegal to take these cans and bottles back in New York if you are looking for the 5 cent. Imagine that. Poor people digging in garbage, you know what I'm saying, being cursed out, dogs put on them, beat down probably, all types of nasty germs and shit that they fight through to collect these bottles, to cash it in to get money, to where you would pass a law and further pushing the homeless poor people who rely on those bottles to be in a situation of criminal crime. You know what I'm saying? If you're looking for the 5 cent, you know what I'm saying, from the taking back of cans and bottles, you know, make sure, you know what I'm saying, your cans and bottles, make sure they're your cans and bottles, make sure they're your cans and bottles when you go to the store to buy beer or pop or any, and you pay the automatic deposit. You know what I'm saying? In more ways than one. You know what I'm saying? But we see here where it's illegal, they're saying, to return these bottles that you did not pay for. Wow. But you threw them out in the garbage just the same. So what the fuck is Cathy Hassel, nutcase ass, crooked, broke back bitch, should have been kicked the fuck out when Como went, still doing in our government, calling herself doing slick favors, and at the same time talking about she did this and she did that in order to be in favor while she fuck over the poor in all ways. You know what I'm saying? The poor people that collect these bottles do a great service to the United States and to the turtles in the sea and many other places where they keep dumping all these bottles. We need to collect them, clean them up, and clean our planet up rather than listen to this clown here talking this bullshit to ban law. You know what I'm saying? Her fucking ass. She's no more than trying to push the poor into the ground right here in the United States. You know what I'm saying? While she has done so much other shit that you claim is so good. We see Donald Trump suffers a blow, you know what I'm saying? He suffers a blow in more ways than one. You know what I mean? In more ways than one. You see him suffering.